Hey everybody, my name is Lori Petro and I'm here with another episode of our weekly Q&A where I show you how to create teachable moments with your kids. And today's question comes from Gemma, and Gemma writes, "Dear Lori, my child constantly argues with me and gets upset with my limits. She's not a disobedient child, she just reacts intensely to any limit that is set on her. I'm having a hard time dealing with this negativity. None of my other children are like this. I know I can't make her feel things, but I don't know how to connect with her when she yells in my face and calls me horrible names." Ooh, Gemma, we are going to tackle that exact question today, because how do you connect with your kids when they seem to be pushing you away? And I have to tell you that the answer is really about connecting with yourself first. This is oxygen mask time. You have to take care of you to be in a position to take care of yourself. Kids who are resistant to limits can be saying any number of things. I'm growing up and debating this with you stimulates my brain in ways that I need for growth. Or I feel unheard and discounted, and this control or your control makes me feel like I'm caged in, or I need acknowledgement. Or maybe our relationship needs to be strengthened and I feel disconnected from everyone and I need to disconnect from my feelings because I can't handle it, right? Or this lack of self-control may be a developmental skill that needs strengthening, not through lectures or through demands on behavior, but really through stress management, through the modeling of appropriate coping skills, not just in the moment of conflict, but really learning to use adaptive skills in more than one area of life. And sometimes it's just personality types. Some kids just need more time and attention to developing socially appropriate behaviors. None of these reasons can be turned into teachable moments with threats, demands, criticism, or judgmental approaches to your kids. That kids should know better or they should be more responsible for their actions. When kids move to a negative state of mind where those unacceptable behaviors start to flare up, we need to move them back into a positive state of mind. That's our goal. It's through our connection that happens. So how do you do this? When you are feeling stressed and your feelings are rising up in you, the first thing you have to do is connect with yourself. This is the ultimate in personal responsibility. To take care of you enables you to actually model the skills that you want your child to learn. So I'm going to give you 5 easy steps to taking care of yourself, to practice for self-empathy, having compassion for yourself. The first is reflect and reveal. Take time to stop and reflect on your feelings and your triggers. If a healthy argument has turned into negativity, you can say to your child, "You know what, I think it's important for us to continue this discussion, and I know that you have points that you want me to consider, as do I. Or we can't speak to each other like this. I'd like to come back and talk about this when maybe our emotions aren't running so high." And then just be with your feelings. Allow them to be present with you. Don't judge them or try to stuff them away. Just really sit with them. And then reveal what actually happened. What led to these emotions? What are my opinions that led to this dysregulated state? The second step, allow. Move your attention to your body. What sensations do you notice? When you're triggered by others about something, what happens? I know when I'm triggered about something I believe in, my whole body shakes. Or when I'm triggered by my daughter, sometimes I start to get a really tight feeling in my chest. You have to get in touch with what your body is telling you. It's the way that you head off your own meltdown or tantrum. All right, step 3, identify. You've got to get in touch with your unmet needs. When you react, it's an attempt to meet a need for recognition, honesty, peace, companionship. Whatever it is, your triggered behavior with your kids can be linked to a need. What is that need? What do you need to take care of yourself? When you take care of yourself, you don't get triggered by other people's behaviors because you have that self-sufficiency. All right, 4th step, make a choice. Decide to create a new vision. What can I do right now to change how I feel? Can I accept myself more? Can I accept that I'm okay even if someone else isn't? Can I accept that this is a fear that I'm having and it's not real? Shifting into compassion is only possible once you have some compassion for yourself. Too many people, I think, go through life with this negative stream of self-talk, and that interrupts your relationships because you can't be compassionate or tolerate other people's behaviors if you are constantly and unconsciously negating your own efforts or your own sense of self. Connecting with yourself is how you reconnect with your child, especially with a child who seems least likely to deserve or want that connection. A child who is acting negatively is telling you, "I'm having feelings that I can't handle." And in order to be kind and patient with that child, you have to be kind and patient with yourself. I think that many of our world problems can be directly linked to self-hate. There is such a lack of love, a real authentic love for ourselves. And I think we've been so conditioned to think that negative behavior is representative of bad character or someone who needs to be trained in the ways of the world. And it's, part of my extremism, but it's just not true. It's a lack of love for ourselves, it's a lack of respectful connection that has us in this cycle of discipline that involves blame, shame, judgment, guilt, and that all leads us to a negative sense of self and despair and this panic, because anything other than controlling others is just too risky, and our kids need us to take more risk. We have to be able to let go of that fear, to get down on our knees and say, I love you and I'm not leaving your side. So Gemma, that was my teachable moment for you. I hope that you found it helpful, and of course you can always let me know by writing in and let me know and updating me on your family situation. And for you guys out there, what do you do to take control of your triggers? How do you practice a little bit of self-empathy for yourself? Do you take the time to actually stop, take a breath, and then reflect and reveal, and then allow your feelings, identify your needs, and then really decide to make a new choice? Because those are 5 steps that are going to take you to the ultimate self-empowerment with your kids. So if you like this video, please go ahead and share it and like it below. And if you want to get more like this, be sure to subscribe to my weekly updates. Until next time, everybody, please remember it is about consciousness, not perfection.